Let me tell you, decorating Gingerbread Girl Cookies is one of my favorite holiday activities. It's like crafting adorable little edible outfits for a cookie fashion show. They're adorable, delicious, and honestly, way easier to make than you'd think. These cookies will steal the spotlight on any dessert table. Using my Orange Zest Gingerbread Cookies as a base, we're going to bring these little ladies to life with royal icing. Let's dive in and have some fun, all right? Before we even think about decorating, let's talk prep. I made these Orange Zest Gingerbread Cookies a few weeks ago and popped them in the freezer. They're bursting with citrusy goodness from the orange zest, perfect for the holidays. A double batch gave me about 50 cookies, which is plenty for gifting and snacking. Freezing them keeps them fresh and takes the stress out of last-minute baking. Plus, it's nice to have cookies on standby, just in case of a dessert emergency. By the time I've set up my station, they're thawed and ready to go. Easy, right? Next up, the setup. I like to keep things simple but efficient. I've got my piping bags ready with royal icing for drawing details. No flooding needed this time. Oh, and I always lay down parchment paper to protect my workspace. It's a lifesaver for a quick cleanup because, let's be real, icing gets everywhere. Got some leftover icing? Don't toss it. Transfer it into a fresh piping bag and store it in an airtight container in the fridge. It stays good for up to 2 weeks. Just give it a little stir or massage before using, and you're back in business. Now for the fun part, decorating. I start by sketching out the details of the gingerbread girl. Think dresses, hair bows, and of course, a sweet little smile. Don't stress if your lines aren't perfect. A little wobble just adds character. Let's call it artisan flair. I mean, who doesn't love a cookie with personality? Once I've outlined the details, I focus on adding more intricate designs like tiny bows, lace patterns, or even polka dots on the dresses. It's all about layering details to make each cookie stand out. Here's a tip. Steady your hand by resting your elbow on the table. Trust me, it makes a world of difference when adding those tiny features. Now comes the real creative part. Add some polka dots to the dress, a sparkly bow, or even tiny buttons. You can go all out or keep it simple. It's totally up to you. If you're feeling fancy, sprinkle on some edible glitter. Who doesn't love a little sparkle during the holidays? For an extra touch, you can even add small candy pieces or edible pearls to give the cookies a more festive, elegant look. If you're up for it, experiment with layering different colors of icing for a more dimensional effect. Go ahead, channel your inner cookie artist. Inner. I hope you're enjoying the process of decorating these adorable gingerbread girl cookies as much as I am. If this recipe has inspired you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you'll never miss any of my festive baking fun. Do you have a favorite gingerbread cookie design or a special family tradition involving holiday baking? Maybe a unique decorating twist or a cherished family recipe passed down through generations? I'd love for you to share it with me in the comments below. Let's exchange ideas and keep the gingerbread magic alive. Here on my channel, I love blending food photography and baking, inviting you into my kitchen to celebrate the art and joy of creating edible masterpieces. From crafting cookie perfection to sharing delicious recipes, I hope you feel inspired to create something amazing too. Thanks for joining me on this holiday adventure. Let's make these cookies the highlight of the season. Did you know that people have been decorating cookies for centuries? It all started in medieval Europe, when bakers used intricate molds to create detailed designs on gingerbread. By the 16th century, Queen Elizabeth I made it a trend by commissioning elaborately decorated gingerbread cookies shaped like her court guests. Imagine getting a cookie that looks like you. As time went on, decorating became more accessible. By the 1800s, advances in sugar refining made icing more affordable, and home bakers began piping designs for special occasions. Fast forward to today, and cookie decorating has turned into an art form, from classic royal icing to edible glitter and metallic paints. The possibilities are endless. You can even print on cookies with special printers now. How cool is that? It's amazing to think how this delicious tradition has evolved, isn't it? Have you ever stopped to think about how the holidays can sneak attack your wallet? One minute you're picking up a little something for your kid's teacher, and before you know it, you've spent $1,000 on gifts for family, friends, coaches, neighbors, and maybe even the UPS driver. It's madness. That's why I've fully embraced the magic of homemade gifts, specifically cookies. They're sweet, thoughtful, and so much easier on the budget. Plus, let's be real, who's going to say no to cookies? Here's my little holiday hack. I like to hand out my homemade cookie boxes during the first week of December. It's perfect timing because it kicks off the festive season before everyone's overloaded with candy canes and fruitcakes. A box of beautifully decorated cookies just says, I care, in the most delicious way possible. So, now I've got to ask, what are your gift-giving traditions? Do you go all out, DIY it, or have a unique twist? Share your ideas in the comments below. I can't wait to hear all about them. And hey, if you want some budget-friendly tips for packaging cookies, don't miss my next video. Let's spread that holiday cheer together. Getting ready for Christmas baking is an entire event for me, and I absolutely love every second of it. Every year, I take this very seriously. It's practically my version of the Holiday Olympics. I usually start as early as September or October because, let's face it, these cookie masterpieces don't just happen overnight. First, I make all the dough and freeze it. This step is key because when the holiday craziness hits, having prepped dough feels like winning a gold medal. Then, sometime in October or November, I bake all the cookies and pop them back in the freezer to keep them fresh. By this point, my freezer looks like Santa's workshop for cookies. Finally, about a week before gifting, I get to the best part, decorating. This is when the magic really happens, and I get to bring each cookie to life with icing, sprinkles, and so much glitter that even Rudolph would be jealous. And don't think I stick to just one type of cookie. Oh no, I'm baking everything from classic gingerbread to fun new flavors every year. My kitchen smells like a gingerbread paradise for weeks. Curious about what goes into my cookie boxes? Check out my gingerbread playlist to see all the festive creations I've been whipping up this season. Here's the toughest part, letting the cookies dry. Depending on how much icing you used and the humidity in the room, it can take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. For cookies with intricate detailing, the drying time is usually quicker. Just a couple of hours, depending on the humidity in the room. If you're impatient like me, set up a fan nearby to speed things along. Trust me, waiting for them to dry completely is worth it. Smudged icing? No thanks. These cookies are meant to impress, not distress. Once they're dry, they're good to go for gifting. or enjoying with a cup of cocoa. And that's it. Gingerbread Girl Cookies that are cute, festive, and guaranteed to bring smiles wherever they go. Whether you're gifting them to friends, sharing them at a holiday party, or just keeping them for yourself, they're always a hit. I'd love to see what you come up with, so be sure to tag me or share your creations in the comments. Oh, and don't forget to check out my next video where I'll show you how to package cookies beautifully on a budget. It's the perfect way to make your homemade treats look extra special. Until then, happy decorating and enjoy the sweet magic of the holiday season. See you in my next video.